Welcome back, and this time I would like to talk about my Droid Collection. This is actually Droid Collection number 2. Probably about, 8, maybe even 9 or 10 years ago, I sold my first Droid Collection, which was probably 5 or 6 shy of this one. I had just been collecting them over the years. Got a couple of multi-packs. I think Entertainment Earth had like a set, and I'd gotten it on clearance, and so I'd really built it up. Sold them, I think, for a couple of $100, because for some reason droids are not cheap. So slowly I've just been kind of buying them here and there. Anytime we would go to Disney, they would usually have a Disney Parks pack, and it would have 4 droids from the most current Star Wars movie. I kind of did that for every movie except for the new trilogy, I guess, the newer trilogy, because they had the BB droids, and I don't give two toots about the BB droids. But like Rogue One and Solo had some 4-packs, and there were some other 4-pack. And then I've got several Build-A-Droids in here that you actually do at the parks. And then I've got a few that I've purchased, and then back here I've got one that belongs onto Anakin. I think it's Anakin's, or not Anakin's, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter back here. I really don't count him, I guess, but he's most of a droid. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the different ones, because I only have one droid here, technically 2, I guess, that are kind of higher end, and I wanted to talk about the different versions that are floating around there. First of all, I'll get here with the oldest one I have, which is this guy. So the way the droids kind of work was when Power of the Force came back, you had kind of very basic R2-D2, and then you had like a very statically posed R5-D4, who like literally he was like this. He was like in this pose. You could not unpose him because his head opened up, or his whole front of his body opened up in his back, and there was a rocket inside. But that was it. And he was very basic R2. He was kind of like this. Not this one. This one, I'll explain that one in a minute. And then they started getting, like with the figures, they started getting more detailed, and they were just getting better. And then around the time of episode 3, I think I picked this one up, or picked it up at a convention afterwards. And basically, this is the way they were all moving before they got real cheap about everything. So what this was basically, a droid with a actually attached middle leg. And for the longest time, I didn't understand. I was pushing real hard on the legs, and it would click, click, click. And then one day I was just futzing around with it and realized that the leg actually goes up when you turn the head. I felt like such an idiot. Anyway, so instead of just trying to break my R2s, that's what I did. So anyway, these to me represent the most fanciest versions, because you can have the leg come down, or you can just make it hide. Anyway, just kind of the nicer. And then the other slightly nicer one I have is this one, and this was, I think, a Vintage Collection R5, and he has the little motivator that pops up. He just looks and feels kind of high quality. It almost looks like this panel comes off. I'm guessing it was added. You cannot pull off his arms like all the more modern ones. So all these other ones are basically built around the Build-A-Droid idea. And what that is that at the Disney parks, you go in there, and probably most of you have already been there and seen this, but there's bins with every single part of a droid you can think of, including hats, accessories, and that's why I've got these guys got hats on. But basically, they're all the different pieces, and you pick, and so you obviously can build whatever type of droid you want, any color, but I'm always going to try to match them. But they're basically like just a canister, and you got and so if you want to, which is just kind of fun, you can start doing all sorts of weird things with the parts. But anyway, I guess it's part of the kid play. They do still have wheels on them. I guess it's not super cheap. But I believe the best deal was buying 2 of them. And so every time I went, I was obviously going to buy some. So I would buy the pack, the current movie was out, like say Rogue One. And then I would turn around and buy at least a 2-pack of Build Your Own Droids and try to match them up as best I could. And then there were some other, like the green ones. And I'm not sure which of these 2 were in it, but there was 2 that were a part of a green set. It was a 2-pack that you could buy from the Shop Disney app, and I got that. And then of this Power Droid, he kind of slipped in over here. But basically, that's like every single one I've seen in the future, going forward after that has been like these Build-A-Droids where you can pop them apart, which is, a pretty neat feature. It's kind of weird because it also lets you set up dioramas really good because you can just have parts strewn about. But these still, though, seem very nice. And my first batch that I had eBayed so many years ago were all like this, with a few of the older Power of the Force figures, the earlier ones. But so this guy here is empty. This is the cheapest of the cheap, but he doesn't look bad. Basically, he is the droid that goes in the Star Speeder. At Disney, they sold the Star Tours vehicle, and it's a three-quarter inch scale, and he fits into the top. And they needed to put him there, and I guess they didn't want to do the cheap out since it was like an $80 toy. They wanted to be able to put an R2 in there, so that's who that guy is. And then this one actually he was from something else too. He was another vehicle. He had to have been. This is the same droid. From episode 3. You can see he's a little tiny bit smaller, but I think he came with something. He must have come with the vehicle. He's very not super detailed, and he fits into something. Obviously, I think he actually fits into maybe the Jedi Starfighter. That might be where he actually fit in. No, it can't be that. It's got to be something else. Anyway, so that's where that guy comes from. So I'm just going to hang on to this. With The Mandalorian becoming so popular, I'm guessing, retro Star Wars is making a comeback. So they're probably going to continue that at the parks with the whole build your own. And there's probably going to be some more multi-packs coming out. Like I said, the multi-packs of the BB-8s, I just don't care for BB-8. That's just not an interesting robot design. This is just the robot design from my childhood, so I'm going to stick with these guys. Anyway, that's all I got. We'll talk to you later.